Welcome to a brand new video of Adrian. And today I'm quiet because it's story time. And today I'm gonna tell you all a story about Hotel 626. Hotel 626 was a game made by no other but Doritos. Yeah, the company that made the chips. And the game was pretty scary, but it was a good game. And people loved it because some thought it was creepy because like it used your camera and your mic, and it even called your phone number. It used your phone number to call you to beat one of the parts of the games. Doritos discontinued Hotel 626 in 2011 because because it was a promotion and it was for no other but like two chips. Yeah, two unlimited favorite ships. Um, that it was one blackjack something. My bad. It's my first story video or something like that. And other one. And they no. Oh, but my bad. I didn't make a whole script for this, but they made a other game too called Album 626, which in did you know that you can only play Hotel 626 and Album 626 at 6 in the morning or at 6 p.m. Why did they put it like this? I don't know. And if you can did you know you can trick the game by switching your computer's clock time. 626 Hotel 626 and Album 626 are unplayable now because like I said earlier, in any in if any of the legends are watching this video and remember Hotel 626, leave it in the comments because I never played Hotel 626 and I wished I played it because it looks really cool and it's not scary. I I know it kind of looks scary, but it's cool to me as a 10-year-old. And Hotel 626 is a cool game. And there's a part you have to get the phone and you get a phone call. In Hotel 626, actually in Album 626, it actually uses your Facebook account. Um, and when you it asks for your password and for your username, which is private information you should never give to people because they'll steal your account. But Doritos is an official company, and of course, no, it's um, like you're entering Facebook in the original app. And when you first start the game, you like start in like a operation room, and or something like that, and then you see like two of your Facebook friends, and you have to decide which one to kill. And album 626, when you pick the person you want to kill in album 626, actually it album 626 post this the person you you decided to kill in album 626. And did you know when you first join Hotel 626 or album 626, if you're under 18, I don't know, I'll ask for your name, address. For some reason, it wants all your information. It wants your email and a bunch of stuff, and your phone number. After that, the game's gonna use your info not to stalk you or nothing, but it's gonna use it so you can beat the game. And back then, that looked really scary. You're getting a phone call from. But this is why Doritos discontinue it. Doritos discontinue it because first of all, they're not a game company. They're a snack company. Second of all, people could call, like kids could call because at like random times if they want to. Like people did that, and and third of all, Doritos can't keep a number up for like too long because it's like too expensive and stuff. So they only kept it for like 2 years. Oh, it would be cool if it actually was a game without the phone number and stuff. Other reason that Doritos um every reason that Doritos discontinue Hotel 626 is because the game used your info, and right now if Doritos want it they could republish Hotel 626, but it'll get banned uh uh in just 1 second. Um that's because of the laws. And another thing, the camera features and the games features and stuff are like uh outdated for like our the new things we have in the future right now. So yeah, like if Doritos republished it, we couldn't play it because like it's like settings are too outdated. It's too much outdated, and because it's too much outdated, it can't be played because back then we got like Windows, I don't know, XP, Windows 7 or something like that. Now we have Windows 10 and Windows 11 and iPads and MacBooks. So yeah, it can't be played, but the only thing there is uh that there's a way you can still play it is by playing remix versions, which they're not the original. So no, the remix versions don't give you phone calls because it's a remix version and it's illegal now in 2026 by the time I'm recording this. And yeah, it's basically it. And if Doritos republished it, other thing that will happen, they'll get a lawsuit, and they don't freaking want a lawsuit because they're one of the best companies like right now because they have like Lay's, Doritos, chips and stuff, and so they're a big company. Like other companies like Samsung or iPhone or Google and stuff or ChatGPT or Graph and stuff and Sora AI. And so they don't want a lawsuit because then they're gonna be kind of a little bit hated for getting they won't be like they won't they'll stop being a verified company if they get a freaking lawsuit. So yeah, if they repost it, they'll get a lawsuit. And it's considered that the phone call they did back then was cool and stuff, but now that's considered as stalking, which with the new law and stuff. But I don't think that's really stalking in my opinion, cause it's just a pre-recorded message for a part of the game, cause a bunch of people are using it and no people are gonna stalk you, so. Yeah, it was just a really cool game, a legend game. Why do people still remember this game? So people still remember this game because it was a legend. People get the freaking phone call, which I freaking wanted to get it and stuff. And yeah, it's just a good game, I guess. It was a good game, but now that it's gone, it's just gone. the same thing. So, and the other thing they consider is that because in album 626, they use your Facebook thing. That's considered as like hacking or stalking too, with the freaking law. So, nobody wants to break that law, because of course a company doesn't want to break that, because like if they're a really good company, they don't want to break that, of course. So wait, this video is sponsored by no other than Adrian 202 4iswall.com. Yes, yes, yes. So you can buy our merch. Yes, this is only to buy our merch. So if you guys look at the website, like I said, adrian202foreswall.com, search it up in Google or something, you'll get it, or in your browser. Buy one of our merches. You'll get a big shout out in one of my YouTube videos. And if you buy our membership, you'll get the biggest shout out that I'll make a live stream with you in Twitch. Yes, I live stream in Twitch. So, anyways, back to the video. Like I was saying, it's like not allowed uh, somebody to have your information, like private information. So yeah, that's another reason why Doritos discontinue it, and they discontinue it because of that. And I kind of agree, because I don't want somebody to have my Google account, for example, or something. For example. But the company doesn't really use your information. It only uses it for the game, and I guess it deletes all the uh uh. But you can use like a fake name, cause like it doesn't care if you use a fake name, cause yeah, cause like when you join, it asks for your name and an email and address. So you can just put a fake name, and it still thinks it's a real name. Because obviously it's not going to use your real information, because it's still going to accept a fake name. Because it's not going to use your information. Why would it have a fake name detector? Which it shouldn't, because that means they're like stalking you for real. But what's your opinions? Are you happy because Hotel 626 is gone? Comment down in the comments. Or do you think you're sad like me, or just want Hotel 626 to come back? I think it was a really OG game, because it was announced back in 2008, really OG game, but it's now unplayable. The only thing you can play is remix versions. So I don't know. Tell me down in the comments if you want to play Hotel 626 one last time of your life, like in your life. But see you in the next video, guys, and I hope you smash like and subscribe. And that's it for the story. If you like today's story, hit like. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll make a other story just right in this video. 1, 2, 3. Next story. This is the next story, and it's about Lieutenant Dan. So this freaking guy found somebody in Tampa Bay, um called well, his name was not Lieutenant Dan, but people love to call him Lieutenant Dan. So his name was Lieutenant Dan because we don't know his real name. So so this guy found him in Tampa Bay in a boat. and this but he said a story about that God told him to be in that boat, and Lieutenant Dan said that that I must stay in this boat, and the TikToker and the TikToker said why. Lieutenant Dan said because God told him to be there. So basically, and then after that video, that video blew up of of that TikToker seeing somebody there, and then but we still didn't know their name in that first video. So like we did know his name because like the TikToker was like walking out of school and he found the guy like couldn't stand up, so the TikToker helped the guy, and he made a video, a TikTok video with him, the TikToker came up with the name Lutan Dan, or I don't know what really happened. And then people in the TikTok comments were asking for updates on Lutan Dan, and every hour they were making updates on Lutan Dan, like not every hour, but like every day. But then, in the news, there was a hurricane coming, and the TikToker made a other update on Tandan, and the TikToker said, the Tandan said that he's gonna stay in his boat. The TikToker said that he's gonna get Lutandan a house. Lutandan rejects it. When the hurricane comes up, um, people want Lutandan to get out of the boat and get a house. Because the people are gonna get him a house. But Lieutenant Dan still rejects it. It's crazy. Even the mayor told Lieutenant Dan to to get out of the boat. They were gonna get him shelter. Lieutenant Dan responded no, because Jesus told him to stay in the boat. And he then Lieutenant Dan got super popular that he made his own TikTok account. And the day later, a few days later, because a bunch of people were asking Lieutenant Dan to why did you rejected it. Lieutenant Dan responded with a TikTok video that he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a house, he lives in his boat. That's why. So people were like sad, and the TikToker made a GoFundMe. And so many people made donations on Lieutenant Dan. And Lieutenant Dan was so happy. But then they got him a little they got him a bit of a better phone or camera or whatever. And Lieutenant Dan loved it. The thing was that Lieutenant Dan after the GoFundMe, cause like he was asking for the GoFundMe money, but the thing is people thought that the TikToker scammed Lieutenant Dan. He made a video on the TikToker made a video on it that he didn't not scam Lieutenant Dan. That is the thing is that Lieutenant Dan needs an ID, which he doesn't have. So they're trying to get they're trying to get Lieutenant Dan an ID, and this was back in 2024, by the way. So they were trying to get him an ID, and people were still waiting for him. And then a week later, he made his own TikTok live stream, and there was a bunch of kids waiting, of course. And then when Lieutenant Dan started the live stream, and he talked about something, and it ended. And there was this the chicken star, not that type of chicken star, the meme. I'm talking about like a TikToker called the Chicken Star or something. I don't know. And he was on his way to see Lutandan from I don't know where, but he was coming to Tampa to see Lutandan for himself. So Lutandan made a live stream and at night like a live stream which he like met what is it he met he met like a guy that he met like a guy that had he met like a guy that had like a bunch of Twitch followers. So in the Twitch guy said that he was gonna get him a Kick promotion, or I don't know. I never live stream on Kick, but something like that. And obviously, he waited. Lutan then waited for the Kick thing, so he could get a bunch of followers. And Lutan Dan was waiting for it, but he never got it. And then there was some things that cause like scammers were approaching him, cause like what is it? Cause like Lutan Dan got a little bit boring, so scammers got the idea to like make Lutan Dan think that the TikToker um actually like took all the way to go into like his bank TikTok account and change all his things. So that's what he did, and he thought that, but actually Lieutenant Dan was wrong. But he didn't know that, so he still fight it with the TikToker anyways. But um but then the TikToker got angry and the relationship was falling apart. So the that's where Chicken Star TikToker came. The Chicken Star TikToker, yeah, he's a TikToker. Anyways, the Chicken Star TikToker came and helped Lieutenant Dan. And some people found a fake record, a record of Lieutenant Dan. So many people thought that was Lieutenant Dan with 50 crimes on his ass. My bad. And no, it was not actually the truth. The truth was that when you search it up, Lieutenant Dan, it's actually not him because somebody got arrested in 2025, and it's not him because that was obviously a different person. So people thought Lieutenant Dan was a criminal. Lieutenant Dan responded with a TikTok video saying that he's not a criminal, and people said sorry because they didn't know. And then uh chicken star got a TikToker got Lieutenant Dan a surprise. Lieutenant Dan a surprise because like Lieutenant Dan didn't have he only had one leg and not two. He only had one leg. So then Lieutenant Dan was gonna Chicken Star TikToker was gonna surprise Lieutenant Dan with like a robotic leg. And when they were like in the freaking hospital, Chicken Star TikToker made a TikTok video saying that he's not gonna be with Lieutenant Dan anymore because Lieutenant Dan got angry with him for like no reason, and he got he only got $7,000 from the GoMe fund, but he was the TikToker that still had a half relationship with Lieutenant Dan was waiting still for the ID and thing and stuff, and Lieutenant Dan Lieutenant Dan got angry with the chicken star guy TikToker, and Lieutenant Dan said that blah 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 about the money, and Lieutenant Dan thought that the chicken star, a YouTube TikToker, was actually not helping him. Lieutenant Dan thought that the chicken star TikToker was actually kidnapping him, which is really weird. Why would an adult kidnap an adult? It makes no sense. He's a grown man, so he can live for his own life. And yeah, the TikToker guy, like Hurricane Milton was coming, and he survived Hurricane Milton, and the police give him a super advantage for surviving two hurricanes, which is crazy. But then when the Chicken Star creator left, Lieutenant Dan was made a diss track on his on the what is it, on the GoFundMe thing, which is it's a nonsense diss track. For I don't know why, but he made a diss track, and then he made a kick live stream saying that I don't know, blah blah blah, and then he said the N word, which is not good saying it in the internet. And people didn't believe it that Lieutenant Dan said the N word. So almost everybody hated Lieutenant Dan. So Lieutenant Dan became to a nobody, to 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 what is it, to a celebrity, and then to a celebrity back to nobody. It's crazy. Get it? So Lieutenant Dan was really cooked because he spent almost all his money on new stuff, and he spent $6,000 on the freaking diss track on the GoFundMe thing because he wanted all the $43,000, and and then he needed the money for his boat because he couldn't keep his boat where it always was, because like people thought the boat was not owned by Lieutenant Dan, but actually it is. So he needed to pay like the license for the boat, and he couldn't do that because this dumbass spent all the money. And yeah, he finally got arrested in September of 2025. Cool, right? I like and subscribe and comment down below if you liked the Tan Dan story and the Hotel 626 story. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever, and I hope you got a nice one. Yeah, Lieutenant Dan is still arrested. So yeah, his last TikTok video was in September of 2025 that he was asking for somebody to bail him out of jail, because he was gonna get in jail because the police was right up his ass. So he was saying a freaking what is it, a freaking a place that the person could come in Tampa. But because he become a nobody now, nobody wanted to help him because he became a nobody. Because he was mean, so I guess that's karma. Yeah, that's karma. So Lieutenant Dan, this is a basic. This is kind of like a lesson to not being mean to people, because then you're gonna get instant karma and get arrested. Of course, get out. Well, anyways, see you to the next one, and bye.